Imagine unlocking the secret to year-round gardening success, all without breaking the bank. Well, it turns out that installing your greenhouse plastic at exactly the right time can make all the difference in the world. Welcome to this explainer. Let's just dive right into when and why timing is literally everything. So here's the core problem a lot of growers face. You could go out and buy the absolute best, most expensive greenhouse film on the market, but it's going to fail, or even worse, actually harm your crops if you install it at the wrong time or in the wrong way. Execution is everything here, and timing, well, timing is the hidden key. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with an introduction to greenhouse plastic, then hit on the perfect timing, preparing for installation, how to actually install the plastic, maintenance for longevity, and finally some real-world insights and takeaways. All right, Section 1, Introduction to Greenhouse Plastic and Protecting Your Plants. Let's talk about anti-drip film. This is a specially treated film with a wetting agent that lowers surface tension. Now, why does that actually matter to us? Well, it doesn't magically remove humidity from your greenhouse. Instead, it alters where that water goes. It causes condensation to sheet down the sides smoothly, rather than forming these large, heavy droplets that rain down on your sensitive crops, getting the foliage wet and spreading disease. Nobody wants that. The benefits of using this plastic are honestly immense. It extends your growing season, protects your crops from wind and annoying pests, maintains optimal temperature and humidity, and creates a highly controlled mini ecosystem. When you do this right, it's a real game changer that can massively increase your crop yields. Moving on to Section 2, the perfect timing, or as I like to call it, the Goldilocks principle. You see, the absolute sweet spot for installation is between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 15 to 22 degrees Celsius. You definitely want to avoid installing it when it's below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If you do, the film is just going to flap around and loosen up once the weather finally warms up, and that damages the plastic through wind strain. To put that into perspective, let's compare installing in the August heat versus early autumn or spring. The extreme danger of installing in that hot August sun is that the plastic becomes overly soft and super elastic. You'll end up overstretching it during installation without even realizing it. Then, when winter hits and the polymer naturally shrinks, it will literally snap under the tension. No way around it. What you want is that perfect, predictable tension you get in September, October, or early spring. Okay, Section 3, Preparing for Installation and Setting the Stage. Skipping prep work is a fast track to ruining your investment, so here's a highly actionable checklist for you. First, clean those metal frames and remove absolutely all rust, making sure to replace any rusted wire. Next, apply white water-based acrylic paint to the contact points. This reflects the sun's rays and prevents localized overheating. But listen closely, do not use oil-based paints and never use PVC tape. PVC releases chemical plasticizers that will rapidly degrade your greenhouse film. And finally, always wait for a calm, windless day to prevent any accidental tearing. Which brings us to Section 4, how to actually install the plastic, step by step. A really crucial best practice here is to fix the edge of the film on one side of the greenhouse first and unroll the entire length along the structure before you unfold it. Doing it this way is absolutely crucial because it prevents the catastrophic scratches and tears that happen when you try to drag wide-open plastic over the ground or scrape it right across a metal frame. Let's walk through the actual physical steps. Step 1. Verify the anti-drip side faces inside. I can't stress this enough. Putting the film on inside out is one of the most common and costly mistakes a grower can make. Step 2. Tension the film uniformly without overstretching it. Step 3. Leave about 1 to 12 inches of slack to allow for thermal expansion. And Step 4. Secure it with clips or ropes spaced no more than 1.5 meters apart so the wind doesn't rip it right off. Up next is Section 5, Maintenance for Longevity and Protecting Your Investment. There's actually some pretty fascinating chemistry behind making this film last. Basically, UV radiation from the sun and extreme heat attack the polymer chains in the plastic. This creates what are called free radicals, which make the film super brittle over time. But during manufacturing, UV light stabilizers are added to the plastic. These stabilizers intercept those free radicals, acting like an invisible chemical shield to interrupt that harmful chain reaction. Pretty cool, right? But here is the catch, and it's a big one. You must keep sulfur and chlorine away from your greenhouse film. Agrochemicals, especially sulfur-based pesticides or chlorine disinfectants, quickly deactivate those brilliant UV stabilizers we just talked about. If that happens, you are rapidly accelerating the destruction of your film. For ongoing troubleshooting, you'll definitely want to retension the plastic after any strong winds, and repair even small tears immediately using specialized greenhouse tape. Keeping the film taut is so important because it prevents water pockets from pooling on the roof. If water pools up, it's going to stretch, weaken, and ultimately destroy the structural integrity of your entire cover.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 6, Insights and Final Takeaways for Maximizing Your Yield.
At the end of the day, our ultimate goal here is the greenhouse effect. A perfectly installed, well-maintained film converts sunlight into trapped heat to promote rapid plant growth. It captures the sun's rays to create this hyper-efficient mini ecosystem, giving you a massive return on your investment by letting you start growing earlier in the spring and keep going much later into the autumn. So let's pull all of this together with our final takeaways. Remember, timing and temperature dictate your tension. Always aim for that 60 to 70 degree Fahrenheit window. Proper orientation is non-negotiable. That anti-drip side absolutely must face the inside. Use white acrylic paint to protect the plastic from hot frames. And most importantly, buying the best film means absolutely nothing if the execution is flawed. Good maintenance is everything. I'd love to hear how these techniques work out for you, so please feel free to share your experiences and questions down in the comment section of this explainer. As we officially wrap up, please note, the advice in this explainer is based on general information and personal experiences. Always consult local experts or professionals for advice tailored to your specific situation and environmental conditions. So, with all this newly acquired expert knowledge, how do you plan to revolutionize your next growing season? Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next one.